And growing up, when you go and run into people in Griffith who used to live in Darlington Point, they'll say, "Oh, Heather, I still remember those tomato sandwiches your mother used to make us."
What do you mean? Tomato sandwiches?
June Potts out there, or June Potts. And what's her name? What's my Potts, and she always said, and even her daughter.
Sharon.
No, not Sharon,
Leslie.
Joan Potts. And even Joan's granddaughter, whatever. She said to me only a few months ago with the Wade High School, I ran into her and Shirley Potts. And she said, "Oh, Heather," she said, "Mum still tells us about how you used to love it down at your place." And she said, "Now your mother used to make those beautiful tomato sandwiches.
So just so people know, so you had your mother and father, and then how many brothers and sisters did you have?
In my family?
Yeah, that were here.
I had 4 brothers and 6 sisters.
So do you want to just name them, just for people that are listening?
Well, there was my eldest brother was Dick.
Yep.
Then there was Beryl, my sister. Then there was Bo, another brother, and his name was Herbert. Then there was Betty and me, Heather. Then there was Murray, Marcia, Billo, Pam and Cheryl. But that's only 10, but the 11, she was only a baby and died when she was in between Betty and Bo, Mari.
Okay.
She died when she was a baby from diphtheria.
How young was she?
She was only a baby, I don't know how young. I've got a birth certificate at home anyway, a death certificate, and where I can find.
Oh, that's sad. Okay, so you said you had a veranda. Is that like a built veranda, like with wood?
What we put on ourselves.
Yeah.
Everybody those days, this is not only us.
It was just 4 poles, couple of poles in the front, bit of wire on top, some leaves.
No, that's the
bow
shit out the back, the veranda.
Yeah, but it was just
It had a tin roof and tin all around.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember you told me one time that, well, obviously you didn't have things like fridges and air conditioners. So how did you deal with like keeping your food preserved?
Well, there's ice boxes.
Okay, and what an ice
And you had
box
to put when the school bus came in, there used to be big slabs of ice on it, and there'd be us and whoever else ordered ice to come in on the school bus, and you put that big block of ice up the top.
Okay.
And it kept it.
We'd have a kerosene fridge where you had to fill the bottom of the fridge up with kerosene and light it, and that kept the fridge cold. So kerosene fridge was a light in it.
Interesting. So, if you could pick one memory, okay, you probably got a lot, so both of you think back, and one memory from this area that you have that sort of, you always sticks out in your mind, or you always tell people about. I know, Nan, you told us about one time when someone was climbing a tree and you were throwing rocks at him, and just something that is sort of a little bit more personal to yourself.
Well, Leo Watts, a cousin, he was always telling on us and getting us into trouble. And my father used to say, "Heather, come in here." Say, "What, Dad?" "You just quit your fighting, young lady." And Leo'd come back out and I'd give him a tap up again. And then when Mother and Father and Auntie Bid went to Griffith for groceries, we used to always chase Leo and built it. And see that tree down there that's bent over? That was big then and high. And he used to climb up that tree and we'd be down the bottom throwing at him. So, not only that, lots and lots of things. The old lagoon that's down there, it was huge when it rained and everything, and we'd make little boats and get out on it and fall in the water.
But we'd also dig some holes on the side of the lagoon so they'd fill up, and when it went down the water, those puddles, those little things that we dug out would be still full of water, so we used that water for washing and doing things with bring it back
Cleaning
and
up,
cleaning
yeah.
up and that. So we always had water and
So how much, like for people that don't know, we're not too far away from the river. How big a part did the river play in your day-to-day life? Did you go to the river often? You swim a lot?
On Sunday afternoon or Sundays, we used to walk down to the river, and my auntie, the Corsons from over the other side, we'd all meet at a big beach. We used to walk across the river because it was always nice, and look at Daddy. I remember Daddy, he'd take a big path and put it on his shoulder and walk across to the, with all the food and stuff. And we'd meet the Corsons and fight and swim all day. But everything it was never too much for us to do. And I think that's why today I can keep going and doing things. Because we just did things, we did what we were told, and we never answered back.
You said one of the memories, one of my best memories that I can remember living down here was we did have a little veranda out there made of leaves and that, and we also had a fold down, like a cane thing that we'd pull up, and every now and then we'd do concerts. So if someone had to sing a song or do a play, we had an old man that lived with us, Uncle Jack Hall, used to live with us, and he couldn't talk, and he'd hum Rosemary. We'd do a play, and we'd wind the thing up, and we'd make our own guitars out of ice cream containers, plastic ice cream containers, with a bit of wire, and we'd sing songs, and we'd put the curtain down, and someone else would take over the next thing, and then we'd pull it up, and all the kids and aunties and uncles sitting at the back and just clapping, and a couple of hours of fun of just listening to music and everything.
And not only that, we used to have Christmas. It was beautiful down there. Get up early in the morning. There was no cooking the night before. We did that all Christmas morning on a wood stove, and there was no pine trees anywhere. Nobody had pine Christmas trees. We cut down the bush from down the back, put it up and decorate it as good as anything, and that'd be our Christmas tree. And it was happy, and lots of other nights. My father, he played all the instruments. He could play anything, and some nights he had a mouth organ. Sat out there and the moonlight was bright those days, and he'd play songs, and Hookie and Marcia used to reckon they were doing the corroboree. They used to dance and there'd be dust everywhere, and I said to her, you should have come over and tell us about that, but it was so much fun.
But like Mum said earlier, there was that many people down here. We'd have the Weekses, the Williamses, the Cullens, the
Everybody
Kellys,
was here.
the Gowds, everyone was down here, and just down that little area there, it was a big open space. It was like a big.
And the ground was
It's
clear.
so small now, but it seemed so big when we were young. And we'd have car races, we'd have boxing matches. We'd draw a square on the dirt and have boxing. And all the boys would come down and we'd take turns having a spar and all that. So we'd play Aussie rules, play rugby league. We had no TV, we had no running water, no electricity. We'd listen to the radio at night time and listen to an old green bottle. And entertainment.
What's Green Bottle?
Green Bottle was just like a show on TV on the radio. And
teaches a lot of kids.
Yeah, it was
Green
set in
Bottle was a
the classroom, and he was a bad boy, and he'd always come late, and he'd get in trouble. His name was Green Bottle, and we'd all sit around the fire at night time and listen to the radio, and like I said, no electricity, no running water. So we done it hard, but we loved it, and it was great.
I grew up and Father had a radio, and I used to sit up 12 o'clock at night and listen to the game in England.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. And we all got up next morning and went to school and we just did what we had to do because we knew we had to. Very obedient children.
And Mum just talked about at school, and I'd just like to, we'd rain, hail or shine, we'd walk through the scrub, over the bridge, through the town, which is probably about 5 k's to the school. We'd do that every day. Rain, hail or shine, in gumboots and raincoat, in the heat, whatever, but we'd walk home, and
But
You
the
know,
heat was nothing,
Yeah.
man. It was nothing. We were kids, of course, running around. But when we used to, not only us used to walk home from dinner, from school at dinner time, and there used to be Glory Tenders used to live down the river, and a few more up here, and we'd all pick up a different stone and put them on the side of the bridge. And if you went to school first, you would take the stone off and put it there, and one by one a stone would be missing, then we'd all end up at school. And it was just different silly little things not silly, great little things that you didn't have to have thousands of dollars for to enjoy yourself.